Texans running back situation. Joe Mixon played great last year. I questioned the move for Joe Mixon in 2024. It turned out great. He was still one of the best running backs in football last year. And now, we're seeing where some of the concern that I and other people had about acquiring him in 2024 is coming into play, which is he's older. Now he's got this ankle foot thing he's dealing with that's been a little bit mysterious. The Texans were sort of coy about it through camp. Now he lands on the PUP list, which means he's out for at least the first month of the season. And this could be a problem because if you look at their depth chart at the running back position, you've got Nick Chubb, who, again, looked pretty good in camp. You can still see that his mind for the game is really sharp and the way he sets up his blocks and how efficient he runs. So that part's still there. But can he make it through a season based on all of his injury history? And then you have Dameon Pierce, who they were really excited about a couple of years ago, but for one reason or another has not become the player that they thought he was going to be when he was a rookie. And so do you have enough at that position? And it's significant too, because their running game is going to be really important as they try to get their offensive line set. And so Cam Robinson's been on the block. Trent Brown was released. And you've got Ariante Ursary at the left tackle spot, the rookie from Minnesota. Can you trust him over there? He's very talented. Ursari's very, very talented. But he is a rookie. So what does that look like? How does the rest of your line shake out? And if you are managing a line issue early in the year, what you want to be able to do is run the ball effectively and trust your running backs. Again, can Chubb keep answering the bell the longer Mixon is out? I look at so much of what I see in Houston, and I like it. C.J. Stroud, I think, still has a chance to be a top 5 quarterback in the league. He's thrown in Nico Collins, a true number one. The two rookie receivers they have, Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins from Iowa State, both those guys hit the ground running. Great football IQ with both those guys. They look like they're going to be players right out of the box. You still have Christian Kirk there. We'll see if you get anything from Tank Dell this year. Reliable tight end in Dalton Schultz. And then one of the best defenses in football with Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter coming off the edges. And then the corner spots almost as strong with maybe the best corner in football, not one of the 2 or 3 best corners in football, and Derek Stingley on one side, and Kamari Lassiter, who they think can be almost as good on the other side. So you've got great defense. You've got great targets in the passing game. You've got a really, really good young quarterback. Can the offensive line and now the running back position be what you need it to be? That's the big question. And so I think having Mixon in there because of how strong a runner he is, how he can create on his own a little bit, would have helped you solve your line issue because maybe he doesn't need quite as much up front to happen for him. That gets you in 2nd and 6 and 3rd and 2 a little bit more often. So you're not managing as much from an offensive line standpoint with what the defense can throw at you. So this is obviously one worth monitoring, and I think an important one in the AFC South and in the AFC in general, because I do think the Texans have the ceiling to knock on that glass ceiling up there in the AFC and get into that tier that Kansas City and Baltimore and Buffalo have been in.